In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Anakin Skywalker for the Clone Wars animated line, and this is based upon his appearances from Season 3 and into Season 4 of the Clone Wars series, and this is under the Shadow of Darkside banner. A great upgrade to Anakin at the time. Of course, this is going more into Revenge of the Sith at this point, so we're starting to see that transition of Anakin into that appearance. And I think this was the first major upgrade we had to Anakin in the Clone Wars line for quite a while at this point. I think just the initial one we got from the Clone Wars movie and into seasons 1 and 2, that was pretty much the only Anakin we had up to this point. As a standard appearance, that is. Of course, we had like the spacesuit Anakin, and I think we had the cold weather gear Anakin, things like that. More scene-specific ones. But just for a general Anakin Skywalker in his most iconic appearances, I think this was more the next major upgrade we got. So I did not get this Anakin when he was initially released back in 2010 or 11. I actually got this brand new back in 2017. Didn't pay very much for him. I think it was less than $20 was the grand total, which I didn't think was too bad of a deal at all. But I do recall seeing this at retail back in the day. But in those days, I was perfectly okay with just having the original Anakin here. Didn't really see a need to upgrade him. I'm glad I did get this one. Same for the Obi-Wan that we'll take a look at next as well. So I think this is a faithful representation of Anakin in his animated appearance. You have the scar there, which the original does not have. Hair looks good, more of a neutral expression. Style of his Jedi tunic here, I think, looks really good. Captures that animated appearance perfectly. You have the belt here. Then for his arms, you have his mechanical arm here, and then you have his left arm, which is sculpted in a fourth gesture pose, which I appreciate. Definitely comes in handy. You can either have him do like a mind trick or force push or something like that. And the skirt here, which does have a cut on both sides, so allows for some extra flexibility. And the plastic does have some flex to it. And then you have his legs. Articulation's really good. It was a major upgrade at the time. He does have a ball joint at the head, and hinged shoulders, elbows. The elbows don't go quite to 90 degrees, but that's all right. Swivel forearms. And we'll just move this lightsaber to the side for now. He does have a swivel waist, and then swivel hips, and hinged knees. Again, don't go quite to 90, but that's alright. And nothing to ankles, which is not really a problem for this action figure. He doesn't have a particular problem standing up, but I give him a stand regardless. And one other thing I'll note is you can see the color of his neck a little bit different. I'm not sure if that's just my sample or if that was common among all the Anakins out there. Or if it was just a mispaint or something like that. It's just something different. For accessories, he pretty much has his basic ones. You have the ignited lightsaber here. He does have a peg to go on his belt, but he doesn't have a spot on his belt to plug a lightsaber hilt in. It's almost like they tried to do it, but it just didn't really pan out. And you kind of do that. But he doesn't have an unignited hill, so it doesn't really help. But if you have a spare one laying around, you might be able to get that to work. Now he does have an extra arm as well, and this is for the gloveless mechanical arm. Which I've never really used before, so we'll test that out right now. Kind of re-simulate the Tartakovsky series when his arm blows up. Looks pretty good, fits in place, and he can hold the lightsaber. Definitely a lot of nice poses you can get with this guy. And here's how the gloved hand looks. A little bit bulkier. But more often than not, I'm going to have him with the gloved hand on. Then, because he is part Shadow Dark Side, does have the standard accessories. Galactic Battle Game card here. Has the smark there. It's 4 stats. I think you would have a lot more luck than that. Instructions. And then he did have the stand. And of course the die. I think that's all I can really tell you about Anakin here. Looks great alongside Obi-Wan, Yoda, Padme for instance, and Ahsoka too. I don't have the Season 3 Ahsoka though for the animated line, but I do hope to get her someday. She is extremely expensive on the aftermarket if you get her brand new. But we'll see what the future holds. So definitely a recommended action figure, especially if you're a big fan of Anakin Skywalker, the Clone Wars line. I would say he's probably one of the most essential characters to have for any Clone Wars collection. And especially if you're a big fan of his later season appearances, this is a great representation of him. We did end up getting another update to this action figure into 2012, but I think the head sculpt on this one is a little bit better. I'm not sure if the articulation is better or not. I actually think it's, I'm under the impression that it's not. But perhaps I'll get that action figure someday, but we'll see what the future holds. For now, though, I'm very happy to have the Season 3 Anakin here and then the original appearance of him. But anyways, that concludes this review. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for playing more in the future. There's always more to come. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate your support, and check out the links in the description if you haven't done so already. And as always, thanks for watching.